wanna do a podcast? We make a darn good team. It always goes without a hitch. Let's head to Twitch and go start up the stream. Do you wanna do a podcast? It's the Nerd Glasses Podcast. Let's start now. Hi everyone and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast.
Come? Alright, I'll do my own bit for myself.
Oh wait, no silence.
We're doing it. Get off the road.
No! Oh god! Hang on. What?
In the fridge and get the either a liquid death out of the container or the Arizona iced tea teeth.
Okay.
While Steve's figuring this out.
Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Things fine! Alright, so. Alright. It looks fine on here for audio.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Dave!
So ignore that. This was set up from. I don't know how the fuck it.
Boy, everybody, it's great that we're all back in the studio at the same time, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Steve and Dave.
Hey,
What's
Boner.
up?
Did you know that Godzilla got a part-time job with a hobby in real estate? Yeah, he's great at flipping houses.
Okay, that was fine.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast. I'm Boater,
I'm Dave Mann.
I'm slinking off stage.
and making sure that our audio is all set. But thank you, Steve, for breaking it, then fixing it in a timely manner.
By the way, Steve, if you wouldn't mind pinning that message at the top of chat that I posted, it has both the links for thank you. You're the best. It has both the links for both Boater, St. Jude's Play Live campaign, and mine.
Done.
Did you
That is so nice.
did you manually put it for so it'll unpin at the end of the stream
Yes.
and not just a timed exclusive?
Oh, man. I am also, speaking of timed exclusive, there are 30 minutes to predict what snack we're going to try, because it's been nearly a month since we've tried a snack.
Yeah.
Folks will have the ability to choose between Cocoa Puffs popcorn, Cinnamon Toast Crunch popcorn, or Boater's Mystery Bag. Predict with your channel points. Starting now, you got half an hour, so enjoy that. But, yeah, it is wonderful to be back in the studio after a couple weeks away.
I've been Dave, man. What is chat saying while all this was happening? What exactly happened, Steve?
Griff Kuba rated in.
Welcome, Raiders from Griff Kuba.
So, I was messing with stuff. To
Quickly, Steve. Quickly. We have only an hour for this program.
He just glares at us. No, you don't.
And why is that, Steve? Why are we here looking for that?
I'm guessing one of the trailers was put into the wrong
Yes.
scene, because my face was blocked by a Nintendo Switch logo and I had to peek under here.
I set originally the boater face from last week, the video, as the first trailer.
Oh, okay.
So it appeared on the camera, and it was weird. Anyway, yeah, you have longer time.
I love that everybody actually clicked the links and realized that Boater does in fact have a mystery.
Hooray. Yes, make sure you use your points to guess there. I'm gonna...
As a small disclaimer on top, please be very careful clicking links and things, because there is a donate link down below that goes to Insane Games TV and not to our St. Jude's Play Live. However, the pinned comment at the top of chat, or if all of you have us on your various socials, do as well. But
I also know that plenty of you have donated to various campaigns.
or are
don't
campaigning
feel-
yourself awesomely.
Yes. So don't feel pressured to throw money. However, do feel pressured to throw the link at other people who haven't thrown money. just throw links at people and be like, do it. It's for the kids. And then they go, okay, it's for the kids. Anyway, We'll get more into how Play Live has been going because we're now over a week into the program and it's going awesome. So we'll certainly be getting to that later. But I guess for now I'll start off with a Twitch ban. I had a story originally about someone who applied for a loan for his like personal business as a streamer and like trying to get some stuff off the ground, whatever. And as profession, he put adult entertainer and got immediately denied. But that's not actually. I was like, that's kind of funny. Not banned from Twitch, but that's no. I have a better one now. You know of PewDiePie, right? He's only the most subscribed person on YouTube. Or
the Nazi! Yeah, the guy who does the Nazi salutes and goose steps around on his streams, and everybody wants to forget about that because nobody plays that game anymore.
Hasn't streamed in a very long time.
Yeah, and I hope he doesn't stream ever again.
His channel started streaming all of a sudden just out of the blue, and people were very confused because they thought he had been hacked because it started streaming Trailer Park Boys content.
Okay.
And then after, I guess, like a day or so, it ended up just being his YouTube videos, like basically an unbroken stream of his YouTube videos just going on repeat so that viewers are able to like hang out and chat as old content is up and discussing and just hanging out, whatever.
Don't watch that Nazi. Just don't.
And he got banned from Twitch because, especially in a lot of the older videos, there's stuff that flew on YouTube and does not fly on Twitch now. Probably stuff that wouldn't fly on YouTube now. But stuff that is like still up, and it ran on Twitch, and Twitch has not confirmed that that's why, but basically everyone's like,
makes sense.
Yeah, Twitch TOS is a lot more restrictive than YouTube.
If the shoe fits, you must ban.
Yeah.
What a yutz.
Yep. That's that. I wouldn't even say that being banned on Twitch has given him a bad last 7 days the way that I normally do my
But let us
do
the
publicity.
The classic future T-shirt to be sold here on the Nerd Glasses podcast. They fucked around and they found out. Yes.
Language.
Well, yeah.
We have the hashtags on.
Yes.
Okay.
And the more notice you make about a thing, the more of a problem it becomes.
They assumed it would be fine, and they tested that assumption at their earliest convenience.
And
Let's go with that.
Nazi found out right and hard.
I'm not continuing that. Dave,
that's
what
totally
have you got
fine.
For games coming out in the next 7 days?
I will gladly talk about how PewDiePie did some Nazi salutes on a stream once, gets a lot of money and things, and people want to forget about that. It's not acceptable.
No, that's not what I was referring to.
Oh, I know.
You
Stop
left me
bringing
open
it
for
up,
an innuendo. Anyway, continue.
So, in the next 7 days, we have
back.
some exciting games and things like that, and I'm really looking forward to it. But this one actually kind of fell under. I really wasn't going to say anything about it, and then Steve actually got really excited. Dokapon Kingdom, is that the?
Sounds familiar.
Is that the name of the game?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is coming out for the Nintendo Switch today, actually. Yes.
There we go. We're good. Now we can hear you.
Welcome back, Steve. Have you ever played the game of life and thought, I don't want to play a game where I get married, have kids, find a job, and retire. I want to slay a big bad at the end of it, but I don't want to commit to playing a full D&D campaign. This.
No, but now I do want that. I didn't want that before, now I do.
This is...
By the way,
Yes?
presented in Nerd Vision.
Well, yeah. This game is 2 and 4 players. It's life, a little smidge of Monopoly, and a whole heaping smattering of role-playing game.
Nice.
Really looking forward to seeing what it does, how it does. The fact, I won't lie, that it's on sale today, even though it just came out, and they think that they could release it for, what was it, Steve, $49.99, but now it's $42.99. Kind of a yikes, but at the same point, okay. You can choose between 3 different classes. You can be a thief, you can be a fighter, or you can be a magician. I don't know why
Classics.
people choose magic casters. That's terrifying and odd, and I don't know how it works, and so I'm scared of it. But to each your own. In different ways. The cool thing that makes this game replayable is there are many different ways to explore the game board, many different ways of doing it, and having certain classes and certain characters do cause different journeys to be had, even if you're on the same path. You can, in fact, complete the game at many, many fast and different times for that. Which has really put this game right up at the top of the things I'm probably going to buy when I find myself winning that lottery.
$14.99 is better than the alternatives on Wii and PS2. Grumps played this a long time ago. Interesting. I'll have to kind of track that down. It's weird how many, I've mentioned it before, it's weird how many games I get interested in playing after watching Dan and Aaron fail at it so hard.
'Tis true. 'Tis true.
So it's there, and then for an unknown amount of time, get it at a special debut price.
Oh, it's 7 days. 7
Okay.
days. It's a
$7
part of
off for 7 days.
It's a part of one of the random Nintendo sales, and I guess that had one of the key hashtags in there.
Okay.
The next one is not necessarily as lively, but folks, if you own a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One and you were looking forward to playing Marvel Midnight Suns and were aghast when they released it on pretty much everything but you and are not getting a copy on the Switch, well, as of the 11th, you too will be able to play Marvel Midnight Suns.
Nice.
A tactical role-playing, so if you've played, my goodness, the space shooter...
I wonder how it... What?
The video game franchise where it's a sci-fi... You're
Destiny?
like, no.
Halo?
Action RPG, tactical
Anthem?
role-playing. Where it's little characters on the board, you move around.
XCOM?
XCOM, thank you. If you've played XCOM, you've played this game. But now it has a Marvel skin on it. And with a game that gets an average of 80 on every single version in Metacritic, it ain't a bad reskin. It's not.
I mean... Here's the thing: is that it's getting rarer for games to come out on PS4 and Xbox One. So if you don't have a current gen system yet, then awesome that one of these they are still developing here. But it's also something where I expect that that's going to be a 75 tops if it's 80 on the newer systems. Like there's going to be some corner cutting. That's assuming it does play smoothly, because if they didn't cut corners, then it comes out and it's like, oh, I've been through the song and dance, right, CD Projekt Red? Yeah, we've done that before.
I'm hoping because they did focus on the next gen releases, and then the day the game came out, they started working on optimizing for the other ones. I feel like this will they
didn't try to do it same day, and then
this will at worst be a lesser version of from the newer consoles and the upgraded PC version. But I don't know, if you're a big fan of Marvel games and you're not a fan of the forced teams where you're Captain America for the next 3 chapters and then you can switch to a different character. This one, you can make whatever teams you want. You will pay for the price if you pick the wrong people, though.
A good genre for this kind of thing, so that it if you haven't had the chance to play it, it's a good way to get another entry in that genre.
Oh, yeah. And the last one is a game that has been lauded, has been advertised, and has been foretold for quite a long time. It's one of the most expected releases for the Nintendo Switch's console lifetime. It is the first non-remaster, non-remake, and a game that came out that wasn't also on the Wii U for the Nintendo Switch. It is Legend of Zelda: Tears of a Kingdom. It's coming out this Friday. I know, like me, so many of you kind of forgot about it because they advertise it a lot, but really, this Friday... There's so much going on. I have a thing. There's things to do. I want to buy it. I probably will, but I don't know when I'm going to play it. You've had that issue, right? Where games just come out and it's like, I want it, but...
I feel really weird with you talking about a Zelda game like that, but otherwise I do totally know what you mean. I haven't even touched Jedi Survivor yet. I haven't bought it yet. Thank you, Steve. I do fully intend to. It's just I haven't gotten to it yet. So it just seems odd that Zelda would be that game on anybody's radar. For me it was more like, oh, that comes out this Friday and not next Friday kind of thing. It is, heavily anticipated. I don't know what much there is to say about it. Breath of the Wild was not a launch title for the Switch, but one of the first killer apps for it. Kind of shows how long the Switch has been running as a console. but like it's not like getting long in the tooth yet. Like there's nothing that makes you say, this really needs an upgrade, especially after the OLED came out with a better screen.
Oh, yes.
It did launch with the Switch. Okay, I didn't know if it was a launch title
Yes,
or one of
it
those
did.
like launch titles that ends up coming out like 3 months later.
It unfortunately was a launch title, but it also came out on the Wii U at the same time.
Oh,
I was
okay,
standing
okay.
in line getting my Wii U copy because that's why Claire and I split to buy a Wii U to get Breath of the Wild. And then Claire went away to grad school and didn't take the Wii U with her, so I definitely played just all of it by myself, and it was wonderful. I will say there's a lot of anticipation for this one. A whole GameStop in Manhattan was actually redone from carpet all the way to the ceiling to match Tears of a Kingdom. And I'm really excited to see how this goes. As a note, if you're a person who pre-ordered the deluxe edition and then you pre-ordered like 10 more of them and then you list them on Amazon or eBay or things like that, just know I wish to do bodily harm to you. And I have lots of mean things to say to your face, but I want to say them to your face.
I would be fine saying them digitally, but we are repping St. Jude as best we can during
yeah.
the stream, so I will save those words for another time.
Just know you have no friends here. Stop flipping things. Stop it. Let us pre-order things. You don't need 8 copies.
Problem is, there's a lot of good older games that are usually not remastered or compatible with newer systems. Part of the reason I have consoles that go back to the Atari age. Didn't it run barely better on the Wii U?
It did not run very well on the Wii U. It was the first time a Nintendo game genuinely crashed on me, and literally all that happened was went over to a wall, climbed the wall, got halfway up, Link got tired, Link fell down, stood up, his foot clipped into the wall. Music continued to play. Link didn't move, didn't turn around to the screen, controls didn't respond, and I thought to myself, I'm holding a Nintendo controller. This is a very new feeling for me with their games.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
I was not happy. I did save in perpetuity in that particular game because there was lots of times where I was going off the edge of things, so I was just perpetually saving.
Yeah, so you had a recent save to pick up from, but still.
It was still weird, and Nintendo, if you could not do that with this game, that would be just
well, again,
great.
it is just coming. It was built and optimized for one system, so it's not. Again, what we were talking about with the Marvel game coming out on an older system. Not really worried about that with this one. So,
really looking forward to it. Let us know what you think if you are getting Tears of a Kingdom. If you play it, let us know what you think of it so far. Spoilers, though. La 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 la. Don't ruin it for me. I have lots of things going on and lots of work to do.
There's been some leaks out there, so if you've been enjoying those, great. But a lot of us have been trying to avoid them, so please be kind. I do want to, so that's what's coming out this week, and quick discussion topic, I guess, off of what Old Gamer said, as far as there's good older games that are not necessarily remastered or compatible with newer systems. I was asked during my stream this morning if there's games that I have enjoyed but haven't been able to finish, and I gave one as an example that I could never beat the mid-game boss. But it's an original Xbox game that was never ported forward and never had compatibility onto newer systems, so I haven't had the chance to try in like a decade.
Yeah.
Are there any games like that that just like you haven't been able to play because... I mean, we ask this periodically of what games do you want remastered or brought forward or such like that. Like, what's... your turn. Pick a game that is...
Two immediately come to mind.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 title that I played. I burnt the demo disc out of it playing because I loved it. Third-person shooter called Extermination.
Okay.
You are 2 secret agents dropped off to investigate a company building, Antarctic exploration scientific base, and you have to find out what went wrong. It's hard, and it's Resident Evil tank controls, and there's stuff, and the enemies are about this big, and they fly around, and this, that, and the other, and the bosses are very scary, and they were very scary for middle school Dave, so I just never replayed it, and then when a copy got traded into the store, I immediately bought it and now have it at home, and every time I'm eating breakfast, I look at it and go, gah. But if that gets remastered, immediately will be played. The other one is a game, and I will say it's one of my favorite games of all time, and that is Shining Force 3,
Okay.
The Sword of Hyja. I love that game. It was on the Game Gear. It was so much fun. It is so hard. And it was very hard for elementary school Dave. It was very hard for middle school Dave. It was very hard for college Dave to play on his Game Gear. And then I even did a thing where I restarted the game, and me and Fenian were playing a pass and play when we would try to play this game,
Okay.
and we still got no further than I got singly with both of us playing at the same time. It is hard, and I love it, and it makes me love it because the characters are adorable, and everybody talks, and the music's so cute, and rationalizing my Game Gear, and I spent so many thousands of dollars on battery. Please remaster that game. Please let me have it. Please? Please?
Yeah,
I've been a very good boy this year.
The games that I think of, and actually I think of two as well that I want to go back to. And I do have an HDMI converter for my original Xbox, but it's just the quantum state of will the Xbox boot at this point? Because that is more than a 20-year-old system at this point. So the game I was thinking, Mr. Wet, is called Azuric Rise of Parathia. It's kind of it takes after what God of War did on PS2. They wanted to do that on Xbox and didn't do it as well. But it had some really fun things where, like, you have your one weapon that you're using for this kind of fighting, and you get the ability to use elements while fighting. So, like, earth, fire, air, and water. And earth might have been ground or something like that. But, with the original Xbox controller, you use the green button for earth, the red one for fire, and, okay, cool, here's a water elemental. Well, then let me use fire and air together to make steam to fight it. Or that wouldn't work against a water elemental. But you get the idea.
Yeah.
Here's a fire elemental. Cool, I'll use water against this one. Each enemy had weaknesses against specific elements that you could mix and match to, which was a really cool idea. The game was not super well implemented. Going down my memory of it, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And that's with nostalgia giving it some extra points.
Nice.
The other game that I kind of wish was ported forward is one that probably shouldn't be. It's called Roadkill. It's a very crass, very rude game that combines Twisted Metal and GTA.
What did that come out on?
It's a post-apocalyptic car combat, kind of Mad Max with a lot of weapons on it. I played it on original Xbox, but it did also come out on PS2, so that one might actually be able to, like, find a ROM to play it. Like, the Xbox is fabulously difficult to emulate for some reason. PS2 I think has been a solved problem, so I can probably play that one with a PS2 emulator.
Interesting.
But Azuric Rise of Parathia is still just locked to Xbox. And occasionally I see people like, hey, here's the progress we've had emulating it. And I look at the YouTube video where they're showing how much awesome progress they're making, and it looks like a load of jank. It's like, what did it look like before? Oh no, I will never be able to play this game on a modern system.
Nobody wanty why.
I mean, I know why, but it still hurts me. And it hurts a lot of people that are in, YouTube comments saying, oh, I used to love this game. I want to play this game. But there's not really the money for it. Come to the dark side of emulation. We have cookies. The thing is, and like I will say openly, like these games that have been abandoned for 20 years, Roadkill, I'll do it. But Azuric, I don't think can at the moment. So
The popcorn game and the snack is strong. This is more like rigor mortis.
Ooh, is it? I haven't been keeping an eye on the prediction.
I mean, considering 2 of the 3 of them are popcorn.
Oh, okay.
Like-
So that's what that's referencing. I thought it was how people are voting. But nobody's voting for the popcorn right now. It's all going to mystery bag.
I mean, people likes to take the chances. It
There
could
are-
be an
there are
onion.
9
It
minutes
could be a
left.
knuckle sandwich. We
There are
don't
9
know.
minutes left to switch that. So if you want to see what the mystery is, keep it there. But if you want to see something else,
Mr. Wet saying Dark Watch 2, still holding out hope. Ironically, Mr. Wet has been playing Dark Watch here in the studio.
Yep.
And by playing, I mean, he's already dead, Mike. Leave it alone.
I was gonna say, is he playing or is he getting played? Sounds like he's been playing.
He's been playing.
Good.
Like so many of the games he streams here on the network, it's just unfair to the games that he just cracks his knuckle. Before he starts any stream, he literally just goes, and then what follows is just a horrifying, like, bludgeoning of a game. Like, following their rules and mechanics, by the way. None,
Yeah. None of this, speed run, glitch runs, such like that. All right, so
Can we talk about cool stuff now?
We can
Because
talk
it's
about
really
cool
cool
stuff.
news.
We can talk about cool stuff. I was not here last week. I know you guys talked about a lot of St. Jude cool stuff, but I know that we have a lot of news cool stuff to get to. So, Dave, do you want to kick us off?
Not the news. That stuff's stupid. We're talking
Oh.
about St. Jude's Play Alive.
Hey.
It's Play Alive, baby!
Then by all means, let's talk about the cool stuff.
So the cool stuff, Team Caladrius, formerly known as Damn Bugs and formerly known as Dave and Boater Make a Team because we don't have any other friends, has now raised, as of press time...
I'd like to see the older Elder Scrolls like Hammerfell or Morrowind, or RPGs like Jade Empire. I want a Jade Empire. I think Jade Empire is still backwards compatible, so you can at least play it on newer systems.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
That's why we perpetually don't have copies of it. Because people that know that it's good know that it's good. So, our team has raised thus far, because it is what day of the month of May, Boater?
Today is May 9th.
Oh, just 9 days into the whole month, which doth have how many days?
Adding a few from April, this has been 12 days into the season, and there are still 22 days left. Right?
We are
Yes.
already sitting pretty at $2,403 raised, $97 away from the total goal for the month of May of $2,500.
The donate links are actually in the pinned message at the top of chat. So if for some reason they don't show up, please ask. But you can find donate links for both Dave's campaign and mine right up there.
They are clearly marked. I made sure to put them in alphabetical order. So Boater's is first, and there's a little purple heart, and then my name and a little purple heart, and there they are.
And Insane Games TV, thank you for dropping that in again. And also, Jade Empire is a wetness certified title, just in case anyone was wondering. Thank you, Mr. Wet, for the certification.
Anything else? More likely when it's thank you so much for the subscription.
The 35-month subscription, almost 3 years. Shall I?
Shall I what?
Just the write-up for the 35-month subscription, but we're going so fast.
Well, sure.
As the 35-month-old subscription nears its third birthday, they're likely talking a mile a minute, yeah, that sounds about right, and collecting everything they can get their hands on. It's an exciting time as they continue to learn and grow each day. Along the way, though, you may notice your sub developing certain behaviors like choosing a favorite parent or putting off bedtime. Is this normal, and what should you do about it? We're not going to fight over who the favorite parent is. We both know it's me. So
That's fair. I'm the bad guy.
you're the firm parent. Keeping these kids in line.
No means no. Not go ask somebody else, because I will follow you through the house and go, sorry, what are we talking about here?
But other dad said, yeah.
So, Team Caladrius has been absolutely crushing it, as has everyone for St. Jude's Play Alive this year. And I'm very proud that we were able to have both Love Alec and Brunerd live here in the studio last week to give a tease, to show who they are as folks, because I know our team does not necessarily live as locally as of all of us and things like that, and I like to use our platforms to share with the works that everyone is doing, because every dollar matters. Every single one. It's important. And we have so many events going on and going forward. I did pose to the team a prompt. I wanted to be able to talk about some of their streams coming up. So a word in Edgewise, Boater, what's a stream in the next 7 days that you're looking forward to?
There's a lot. I know my Sunday is going to be packed because I've got brunch with Boater, and then I'm joining Jen on her Simulator Sunday stream where we're going to be playing Power Wash Simulator together. And then I may be playing Raft in the evening with Sam, who was on our team last year. So just my Sunday is packed, and I cannot wait for it.
That is going to be awesome. Twitch.tv/BoaterBug. Make sure to check it out. We have Twitch.tv/LoveAlec. You know him, you love him, you've seen him here in the numerous programs, and will hopefully continue to in the future. probably next week, honestly, I've got an Among Us event on Monday the 15th and a birthday fundraiser stream on the 18th. I've really been really looking forward to Witch It event on the 29th, which I just like gaming with friends for a good cause. And Love Alex community has been very supportive and excellent as usual. Another member of our team, Rafe Wolf, Twitch.tv's own, by the way. The new tier starts this week, and the first raid is Thursday, Friday. It's cool to have a new raid coincide with the St. Jude start. I also have a Power Rush sim planned with Boater this Sunday, so do not miss that. Brunerd, twitch.tv/Brunerd. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing a Lego stream starting around 8, and Saturday, I will be part 2 of Brunerd and his wife streaming Nancy Drew around 8 o'clock as well. I was raised on the Hardy Boys books. I did check out yesterday's Brunerd stream of Nancy Drew. Those games are pretty fun. I won't lie. Even if they're not necessarily your style. I do also know that although Griff Kuba didn't technically answer the question, Griff Kuba is doing something that no one on our team has done before, and no one that I know personally who's fundraising for St. Jude's is doing, which is using the program Godot to program a game and streaming it live as the game is building, as opposed to playing a game and deconstructing it by being bad at the game, like a lot of us are.
It's a really cool look into game dev in general. One of the things at Summit was that we ran into was that as much as we like to shorthand and say, oh, we play games and get our audience to donate, so many of the people there don't necessarily play games. Tildes does cooking, and she was doing that today.
Well, she does game after the cooking is done.
Yes, she does. And let's see, Music Chick and Boom do a podcast. So there's a lot of different things that you can do while still raising money, and I love that Taco Pill is doing game dev as another way to express creativity.
And by the way, just because both him and I do a lot of things on Twitch, this is broadcast on Twitch. You don't even have to be on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
you can stream on YouTube. You can stream on Facebook. You can fundraise on your own offline and create a campaign and have people donate to it. It's all
you can do
going
stand-up shows at your local
to
video
fight
game
cancer.
store. I don't know.
Exactly.
Just picking out of the blue.
All good things. I know. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, a fundraiser idea that came to fruition this year. I'm handing Steve money tonight. Steve is going to be making foodstuffs that I do not know what they are, and I will be eating them blindfolded.
Oh no.
Tomorrow on the weekend, Wednesday. I may not survive it, but one of the deals is it can't all be Pilk variations. It just can't all be Pilk.
It means all but one can.
Yes. Oh, that's absolutely fine. It can't all be Pilk. There has to be some amount of food that I'm allowed to eat during the program.
That's called fine dining.
I have a list I could show later.
I am also excited.
I'm accepting applications for a new co-host because Dave will not.
Chocolate Pilk's just a variant of Pilk. But
a White Russian made with Pilk. You have my attention.
As a rule of thumb, after doing a lot of things and having some life experiences, I try not to drink at all, if not socially, and especially not on streams. However, other people can enjoy things and especially enjoy themselves as you choose to. Yes, but if you see me sloshing a cup around on stream, it's not that. But all things
Silky
equal.
Smooth. Thanks, Mr. Wet.
I will also thank everybody for tolerating my ukulele playing on Fridays. We've had a lot of successes and fun with that. And then Overwatch afterwards. Last week we got joined by some top tier Overwatch players, and myself and Nightwing got carried really hard to some wins or to some heartbreaking losses, which we weren't contributing to at all, so don't worry about it. And this Sunday, do you have Scarlet and Violet? Do you have a Magikarp that only knows Splash? Get in on the Splash battle, because I have a really great Magikarp that I know is going to win the whole schmaz. Sundave. Can't wait for
That's
it.
going to be awesome.
It's going to be...
I'm a little sad I'm going to be busy all day because I'd want to pop into that. I'll
gonna
probably
be-
leave it like lurking on a side monitor.
By the way, as I mentioned, we have a lot of teammates. We have a lot of streams all going on, things like that. You can be watching 3 streams at the same time. So if you're not even going to be at your computer, or if you're doing something else on your computer, open 3 streams, chat. Hey, I'm lurking. Have a great stream. Or another thing that does help a lot of streamers over the years, by the way, is just popping in. Hey, I'm busy at work. Have a great stream.
Yep.
Means a lot to a lot of people. Shows a little bit of investment. Shows that you have the go lives.
As far
things
as
like that.
analytics is concerned, it helps that it has their unique chatter in there and someone that is watching the whole time. So a lot of ways to help.
Oh yeah, it's 3. You
Yep.
can have 3 streams, and if you have multiple Twitch channels, like I'm gonna have to create one for the Weekend Wednesday community that has yet to be voted on what it's gonna be named, because there are now. And I expressed I do have 2 questions for you that I posited to both Love Alec and Brunard.
Okay.
But it goes over, there are a lot of really good people on Twitch, and the fact that I can only watch 3 of them at the same time to give support to them is hurtful. It's not okay. We have 8 TVs in the studio, and on Sunday mornings, Boater's on one of them, and then many other people are on a lot of them too. It was just fun to hear you say it. Thank you. Hopefully my trace does the trick. But among all these things, and with all of it doing, Boater, what's one of the things you're most excited about for the Play Live season, and one of the things that you're not necessarily dreading, but one of the things that, you know, the best of and worst of? What do you got? One thing, or if you have to shortlist it, do so.
I don't think there's anything I'm not looking forward to. Like it's always such a great time. It's always such a positive time. Now that you're actually here the entire season as opposed to being out of town like you have for the past couple of years, it's not a race, it's not a competition, but I am far behind you in funds raised, and I have noticed that.
Have you
are
raised
doing
more than
amazingly.
$1 for St. Jude's
I
Children's
sure
Hospital?
have, and that's what matters. So it's not a race, it's not a competition, it is something I merely noticed. So if I have to pick something negative, it's, I'm not at the top, it doesn't matter. But
No one on our team is anywhere near like the top 250 fundraisers, by the way. People are crushing it.
yeah,
It's amazing.
Last year was a bit of a slump overall in the program. This year has been amazing. So, so as far as favorite things, I'm close to 600. I'm just excited to hit my initial goal of 1,000, and then to see if I can beat what I did last year. So it's, having
Nice.
a great community, having a lot of people that are interested in helping out and that enjoy the content and the incentives and all that. Making me wear kaleidoscope glasses during a full day in Plate Up, whatever it is. It's going to be a fun time the whole way through. So, Bodie, you need to steal some of Dave's rewards. Play the ukulele things blindfolded. Eat a ukulele blindfolded.
I mean, I do have one plastic ukulele that someone could eat if they were so inclined to. It will not be me, however, because I can't eat something that someone gave me for Christmas. It just feels bad. Like,
I'm not going to eat a plastic ukulele. I have enough plastic in my system as it is.
as I said
And-
last
and
week,
so
but
for you?
it bears repeating. I'm really looking forward to all the different things that I'm now able to do now that I have a computer that doesn't die when I open Chrome. This computer that the community very nicely helped fund with me allows me to do so many things, to have so many overlays all going at once. And at first I was panicking when I set everything up. I was like, oh man, the computer's not going to be able to handle, but it is. So I'm excited at the doors that opens, the exploration, the ability to have the incentive notifier play the sound appear and show and not lag the stream for 10, 15 minutes. And the thing that I was most disgruntled about is there are so many good people streaming every day, every hour of every day. And again, you can only watch 3 of them at the same time. That genuinely upsets me as a person to not be able to support so many people, because again, it's so easy to support people who share content and media and things like that, and it doesn't have to be in a fiscal way. It doesn't have to be in a I'm blowing up your chat and I'm filling it in and I'm there the whole time, like
Yeah.
this, that, and the other. A wink and a nod means more to a lot of people when you're sitting in front of a computer for hours than so many things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting when I'm faced with a tough choice of who do I rate into. There's so many excellent people that are on at this moment.
It's a convenient problem to have, to
Yes.
say the least.
Yes.
Because if you remember, like years ago, you or I would be streaming, you'd be like, all right, is Boater live? No? Okay.
All right, bye.
Let me just type a random St. Jude streamer name in and really hope that they at all jive with what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Like,
let me just search Twitch for St. Jude and they're playing Resident Evil. Trying to stay away from the M-rated games here, folks. Yeah.
to each their own and to each their fundraising. I myself and one of the guys did have a conversation about that where I was like, yeah, like Boater and I make it a point to tailor a lot of our all of our content and the things that we create and do on air to for the kids. And the guy goes, well, I mean, that's cool, but you don't have to do that. You can fundraise all you want. He goes, they're just not going to necessarily get, the attention of certain things and things like that. And I was like, I didn't really think about it that way, but better safe than kicked out.
I liked that I got invited to Summit, and I want to stay on my best behavior so that it might someday happen again. I'm going to be a good little boy.
The fact that they just kept saying, like, well, we really hope to see you again next year. And, like, everybody was like, well, please invite me next year.
Yeah.
Like,
the power is yours.
like, I will be here
That is either
if
a-
you invite me. Like,
That is either a Captain Planet reference, or what was that? The stupid, like, rowing machine thing that had the ads in the 90s that also used, for some reason, the power is yours as a tagline. something.
Bowflex?
Yeah, Bowflex used the power is yours for their advertising for like a year or two.
Wow. How do you not get sued for that? Like, how does Don Cheadle's Captain Planet not come out and solve that legal issue right away?
Okay, so do you want to know what we're eating, Dave?
Of course. I am a very hungry person all the time, so yes, I would very much like to know what snack we're having.
So it started off with the mystery bag in the lead, but then one person looked at that and said, "No, you know what? I want to go with Cocoa Puffs popcorn." Then one person with 94,000 channel points.
Yes. Oh. I love it. By the way, folks were asking for more points to pay with their channel points and things. If you check that down there, I did add quite a few different things.
Was that you?
No, it's
Okay.
Amp.
They go to AMP. That's
Amp.
awesome.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
That's so cool. AMP, as always, for your support. Thank you.
So that mystery item will stay here for next week. Maybe competing against your mystery item that has been carried over, I believe.
Steve, you have to find a mystery. I don't know if I'm going to want to talk to you after tomorrow's stream, but
I don't know about that.
you will have to find yourself a mystery container and put something for us to vote on. That'll be next week's
thing. It
thing.
can't be a box. It can't be a bag. It can be a mystery jar. It can be a mystery bucket.
Steve's mystery pilk container. Can't imagine what's in the pilk container, but pilkage shit might very well be. By the way, Taco Pill redeeming a posture check. Everybody in the studio here, sit up, stretch out
I
your
miss
back.
being filthy rich with channel points.
Good. And then Taco Pill also redeemed for 1,000 channel points. This is about to happen. Steve!
That echoed.
Do it
I
during
don't
Mike's
know
program,
how.
by the way. I really want to hear him do it because he will. He will. Mike is a bro.
I feel bad at 354,000. The thing is, if you want to actually redistribute your wealth, don't be the one person outvoting 7 and taking all of their points for yourself.
Or just remember, that's how trickle-down economics usually works, and you're just supporting the system. Would anyone else in the studio like Cocoa Puffs popcorn with cocoa glaze? Yes.
I saw this a few weeks ago at a gas station, and I was like, haha, that's silly. And Steph's like, did you pick any up for nerd glasses? And I was like, dang it!
God Ah!
So I saw it a couple days ago at Five Below.
That's usually where the bad stories start.
Demon Dragon, would you like any?
No.
Since you're not on camera and I'm not going to, you know what? While you're tasting the popcorn, we've already revealed who Demon Dragon is, but there was a really funny game in 2018 before Twitch was very good at like telling you who random people that came into your chat were, and had all the assistive tools and things like that. And Amp wasn't yet my moderator to help me keep the kingdom defended, and this wonderful person, Demon Dragon, kept coming into the streams being so supportive, so nice, and this and that and the other, and like, but wasn't giving away any information that could be used to identify who this person was.
And it was like, I could tell that you were like, oh, I don't know if we've talked before, but oh, thank you. And I'm like, oh, you've met Demon Dragon. I would occasionally just drop like, you know who they are. You know them.
But like very good hints to where it continued to spin the hamster wheel, but didn't give me any information that gave anything away.
Yeah, like I didn't even gender. I think I was just like, you know them.
So it was a lot of fun, and it definitely didn't take me 3 months to finally narrow down that it was either the person that it was or a coworker of mine from my other job who does not have a smartphone and probably doesn't even know what a YouTube's is. So would not know what a Twitch is.
By the way, in mobile, now that the snack prediction is gone, now I can see the pinned message about St. Jude. So I guess the prediction was covering the little message there. But I lost my channel point fortune fighting for a food choice, and I wouldn't choose to lose it any other way. That's the thing. Don't get in a bidding war against Vladdy. As much as he says that he feels bad about it, he will outbid you, thereby taking your points for himself.
That man has been watching Insane Games TV since before Insane Games TV was Insane Games TV.
He has enough money to outbid everybody, thus getting their money, only perpetuating the cycle. I don't know how to seize the means of production from that man. And that is everyone's homework.
Well, it's very easy. We just continue to make channel point things that he can blow all of his money on and have a great time with it.
Or basically, I noticed that he's overbid something by 20,000, and then I, with 3 seconds left to go, drop 60,000 in there and try to redistribute that. Vladdy feels bad the way all millionaires feel bad.
No, Vlad. What I appreciate about this is, yes, we're you know of Insane Games TV. I was born by it, molded by it.
I didn't see the studio until I was a man.
I didn't see the studio till we'd well moved in.
That's why I don't vote in the channel points thing. Yeah, the only winning move is not to play.
What? That's not fun. But the reality is, you're spending your channel points.
There are many ways to have fun, David.
Yes, but channel points are free, and it's not like you're spending them on like, oh, are we gonna run a 5K or are we gonna spend $40,000? It's picking a snack every week, people. If you're that offended about it, talk to us in the DMs. We will negotiate something for you, because if you're that upset about the channel points, we will renegotiate and redistribute them to you.
We also haven't talked about. What did you think? That sure was like kettle corn. It doesn't taste like Cocoa Puffs. It's fine. I didn't get a Cocoa Puffs.
When's the last time you've had Cocoa Puffs?
A couple months ago.
Okay, all right. I will say I can't understand. In one of my places of work, Cocoa Puffs are an available thing for little people to pick, but then they say special edition on them. So I won't lie, like every time one of my students picks them, I'm like, Tithe, give me one of them. Like, they don't taste any different. They don't. And I don't understand how they're special edition, and I am going to write an email to General Mills if I'm not given an answer.
You could also
General Mills or Post. Hang on.
You could also have a Vladdy giveaway where the vote is all my points versus others. I think it's General Mills. The thing is, if I know what Vladdy has gone for, we don't have to pick the highest vote count. We can always pick a different one. One of these days.
Opposite day. Be prepared. We're not going to tell you until it's already too late.
Mm-hmm. Or you just say, I recognize that the council's made a decision, but given it's a stupid-ass decision, I'm saying we're going with the mystery bag instead.
Lol, Dad used to use fry taxos when we were at McDonald's as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My fifth grade teacher, second grade teacher, I will nary forget him, because he had a rule in the classroom. He was very suspicious of Doritos. Those people are eventually going to mess it up. So he wanted to make sure we were all safe, and and he would try the first Dorito out of everyone's bags. And you know what? We all knew what it was, but we appreciated the sentiment. Because he would genuinely, like, inspect, take the chip out, look at it, both sides, inspect for quality, and then he would sample it, and he would hold the bag until he knew that it was safe, and he would hand it back to you.
Good, good. That is responsible.
Mr. Kroot, you are a legend, and thank you for preventing us from ever being poisoned by those dastardly doodads at Doritos. There was the royal taste tester.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't get a Cocoa Puffs flavor.
By the way,
but they were
hi,
tasty.
Ramage.
Hello.
I'm always really excited when, like, we talk about the fact that, like, hey, come join us on our programs. And I understand that we had that going for a little while, and then, you know, a little tiny global shutdown pandemic happened and things like that, and it made sense that people stopped visiting. But now, like, if you're in town and like we're doing something here in the studio, Boater, myself, Steve, things like that, drop by, and genuinely you, come by the studio. If you're in town and you, like, do that thing where you don't come hang out at all and you don't tell us, and you're like, by the way, I was in town. Rude, hurtful, slanderous, and rude. No excuses.
Dave's pointing me. Pointing is rude. Dastardly Doodads at Doritos is the full legal name. Diners, drive-ins, and Doritos, everybody.
I will always at you more like rigor mortis because you're wonderful.
Okay, if he can't point at you, can I point at you? Is that okay? You. Yes,
By the way,
Yes,
you know what? I'll also.
I'll be in town next week. Perfect.
Yes.
Let's see how much of a studio audience we can get for our nerd glasses and just totally derail ourselves.
By the by, because we have the space for it. We'll just
do.
move over there. Like
You do. Or we can tell the gigantic 3 acres of space that Steve has for a desk and tell him scooch it a bit so that people can sit there.
No.
Too bad.
Fair. No, fair. He has a few things to himself, and that's one of the few things.
If you're pointing at me, you must also be laughing or it doesn't count. Red Mage Gaming, I can do you one better. I can point at you because I know you're on your phone because I see you.
I love us. I genuinely, like, it goes into the fact that I was chatting about this with some folks. Thank you, and you. Steve, when you're not breaking things, thank you.
A generalized 80% thank you.
A 98%.
Oh, yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
90 plus, definitely.
98's even better, though.
I'll give you 98% because I know good and well some of the things that break in Steve's hands are genuinely just a coincidence of whoever was going to touch it next.
Notice
but it's
we do
always
have
Steve.
a different microphone, and we were going to test and make sure that everything was fine until the video overlay happened at the start of the stream.
Because during the summit, I did get to talk about it. I'm like, yeah, Boater and I are podcast co-hosts. They're like, oh, really cool. When did you start that? I was like, you know, when Mixer was still a thing. We were live on that and Twitch and Facebook and YouTube all at the same time.
Yeah.
And then all the platforms started folding in, and now there's just 3 of them, and it's kind of scary because the Highlander movie franchise didn't do well after the first movie, so they should just stop combining because it's going to get bad. That's how you get scantily clad James Bond actors. That's how you get scantily clad Sean Connery. Don't do it. If Facebook or YouTube or Twitch combine into one more, that's what's going to happen. He's going to be wandering around the outfit, and you all know exactly which one I'm talking about. This all said...
Not necessarily my thing, but also not necessarily the worst.
Not the worst, but it will be the worst.
I've been known to safety check snacks sometimes. What gets me into trouble is when I keep saying I need a larger sample to be sure.
Listen, if it's for the safety of the people around you and the people that you love, there is no too large of a sample size, okay? Be it the whole cheeseburger, just to make sure, the whole order of fries, the many different things. But Boater, welcome back. It's great to have you, and as always,
it's awesome to be back in the studio.
It's really fun to, like, change up the formula and have more people in the studio and things like that to have extras on top of. But it always feels better when it's you, me, and instead of
Oh, yeah.
me and or you and things like that. For my comfort level, for my week of work, I'm always more at peace and things when we do a program together. So thank you.
It's been odd that it's been 2 weeks without me in the studio. First we did the remote show, which I think went really well. Thank you again to Go Play With Your Food, and they're having an amazing opening few weeks. They've
By
been
the
doing really
way,
well.
we now get to add to our journalistic integrita because who were the first people to interview the folks at Go Play With Your Food? Oh, that's right. A little podcast called the Nerd Glasses Podcast.
And as long as we're handing out thank you to Taco Pill for setting that up for us.
We scooped every major newspaper and media outlet in the Capital District.
We did.
One of them even used part of clips of one of our videos.
Really?
Unfortunately, it was one of those things where it was a video used by somebody else that we gave them, so they couldn't credit it forward because they weren't aware in the liner notes about who made the video. Things like that. But I saw it, and it was there, and our
Still
faces
counts.
were in there. It still
Still
counts. Nerd Glasses Podcast, growing a little bit every day.
It's the I'm on TV.
Woo!
The Mike Wazowski.
This and among so many things, the fact that you guys support us, our streaming individually, our streaming collectively, Insane Games TV, Boaterbug, DAM314, all of us is really appreciated. And your time is incredibly valuable, and we value it no more and no less than anybody else, and more so than so many other things that you can choose to do with your time.
Dave, I don't want to end the show.
We don't have to
We don't
because,
have to.
unfortunately, the curse of Nerd Glasses continues. And
That's a way to put it.
Another one bites the dust. Because following the Nerd Glasses in the future, there is not currently a lined-up stream. But don't worry! The shack was... They just had to move the land. It was a little bit wet underneath, so they picked it up, and they moved it about 2 days later. It's now going to be appearing on Insane Games TV on
After
Thursdays.
falling into the swamp a bunch. It's at what time on Thursdays? Because it's moving earlier.
7 o'clock.
7 p.m. You can catch Steve playing Car Quest.
Forever.
I have to next week.
Forever and always and always. I will also say, by the way, if you're one of the many, many streamers who have ideas for programs on Insane Games TV, what program is before the Nerd Glasses? Oh, that's right. There's an open available spot there. And then what program is now after the Nerd Glasses?
I mean, that being said, apparently more like Rick and Morty saying that Nerd Glasses is a hard opening act to follow. But we would challenge you, if you do an earlier stream, that you become the tough opening act for us to follow.
And we've had a lot of top happening acts to follow. 2v Tuesdays. Borderline aren't good at a lot of video games, and they were very good at a lot of shooters, and it was very hard and very demoralizing when they're like, literally like, eyes looking away from the screen going like, and here's how you get a dub.
They
dub.
pick up
Like,
17 dubs in a show, and then we come on and we're like, hey, Dave, you want to
3 weeks ago, we got one Fortnite team dub. But listen, so many things.
So it took me 5 minutes to die in Phasmophobia last week. That's a new record for me. Yeah.
Sorry, it does bear. I will thank everyone for supporting that Phasmophobia stream that Love Alec and I did. It was fun to leave my house, drive to Alec's house, and play Phasmophobia on Alec's setup. And we switched. We switched twice. It would have been 3 if Dreve had have donated a minute earlier than she did. But that's why last week we did a pie angle instead to rationalize. Brunner, thank you so much for the hydrate. It was awesome. There are so many good streams coming and so much excellence to be had right here in St. Jude's Play Live in the month of May. And so many stories. Do you have any that are burning a hole in your pocket?
Not really. I guess I'll give a shout out to some of the fundraisers. Again, the overall team campaign is $93 away from its initial goal of $2,500. Let's see here. And looking at the rest, Dave is really close to his goal of 1,000. He's at 946 right now. Love Alec is doing amazingly. Rafe Wolf. I mean, everyone. Taco Pill, you've gotten $15 in so far for your first year fundraising, and that's astounding.
And doing a tough market.
Yeah.
Because you're making a game instead of jumping into metas like a lot of us are that have a lot of following and things like that. Shout out to Songbird Misty, who is doing phenomenal streams, and we're looking forward to seeing all the great that you do with us and on your own.
Brunner Jimmy was here last week, and he's at 100. I popped in on Sustained's stream today at 110.
Oh yeah!
So yeah, just like he's really close to his goal. The team is really close to its goal. And again, we are only 12 days into the season with 22 days left to go. I love it. I love it. Like, I get a little like, oh, I'm a little behind where I was last year. It doesn't matter. It's not a race. It'd be great to do better than I did last year, but what matters is raising money in the first place, because, I didn't get the chance to, like, go in-depth about stats, some of the slides that they showed us at Summit, but...
Oh, I talked about it last week. Don't
but
you worry.
But I figure you did, yeah. What matters is that it's, as Demon Dragon says, it's for the kids, and every bit helps, and it's a wonderful program to be a part of. Whether you're raising $15 or $1,500. So
every dollar is a dollar against cancer, and cancer is something no one should be able to tolerate.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any stories burning a hole in your pocket?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do, Boner.
Lay it on me, Dave.
So, first of all, I'm just going to say the words out loud. Starship Troopers Extermination.
Is that a game? Is that a series? What is...
Thankfully, they learned their lesson, and they're not making a fourth spin-off movie. They've really, really, really learned about it. This one is actually going to be a first-person shooter in the Starship Troopers franchise.
Okay.
The beta is out, and I'm breathing it out loud because me want to play, you play with me, we have fun game, everybody have good time. Want to learn more? Starship Troopers Extermination.
Well done. That actually just reminds me that I need to get a copy of the series Starship Troopers Roughnecks, because that was one of my Saturday morning cartoons.
Yes! I'm so sorry to interrupt. Yes! We're all doing our part. Yes! God, I have such a backup of stories that are moderately timely.
Same. Let me just.
The reality is we don't have a hard stop time anymore because there's nobody on the back end.
Square Enix re-released an old adventure game that was like a text whatever, and they did so with AI added in, not to generate responses or anything, but to be a language model, so that when you type in something, it's supposed to understand that and make it easier for the player to play this text-based adventure game. The thing is, the AI was such garbage that it couldn't figure out when you type in "go to study" that it's supposed to go with the phrase "go to the study." It is worse for having AI in it. Good job, Square Enix. I'm closing that tab, but we're speed running our backlog. I want to get Joe and Amy on here actually to talk about the Wizards of the Coast raid on the guy that got.
We did talk about that last week.
We did? Okay.
Just because, boy, to send Street Toughs to recollect product is
okay.
I don't have
That's been covered.
I don't have a big enough fedora for that.
Yeah, it's something, boy. All right, go ahead and take it. Those were the ones that I had open for last week.
So
those tabs are clear.
If you bought Jedi Survivor,
tinfoil fedora.
It'll happen. It will happen one day.
Okay, Jedi Survivor. Oh.
If you are currently playing it and you bought a deluxe edition or a special edition that gave you extra content and things like that that is exclusive to, keep an eye on your save file, as a bug has recently started to happen where some of the content, because of a certain statement in a line of code, the game just goes, oh, well, this is not an item that should be in the inventory because it's not a part of usual game structure over here.
Okay.
And it pushes it out. EA is aware of it, they are investigating it, and they have already created a ticket system so that if your items that you have already paid for disappear, you have physical documentation saying, I had these things, can I please have them back? And EA is doing a very un-EA-like thing and being both organized and communicative about it right up front.
Good.
It's a great shade to see out of EA, And it makes sense because, that whole Star Wars Disney IP where they're like, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. No more of that.
Yeah, it's a very un-EA thing, but it's because EA would be here saying, "Oh, that's so sad." What you got there?
What are you doing over there? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Why are you crying?
Is that unsatisfied fans? No. Fix.
You know what happens when people aren't happy, right? They don't spend their money.
Star Wars IP too valuable to lose to bad customer service. Basically, after Battlefront 2 and how awful that was, Disney has EA on a real short leash.
I mean, when you have earned, when you aspired, when you've astrided.
Speaking of, Survivor had a really rocky start on PC. One of my friends just the only coverage that he heard of Survivor was how bad a jump it got on PC, and he thought that meant the game was poorly received, and everyone else is like, no, I'm playing it on PS5. It's great. And I'm like, yeah, that's just a really bad PC port.
That's and it's so bad.
It is really bad.
It's not. How are you doing so bad at coding the PC version? The
console versions are basically specialized PCs. The thing with PC developing is that everyone has a different system. If you have 1,000 players, there are 1,000 different systems that you need to make it for. Basically, nobody is running the same combination of processor, RAM, and graphics card. And so they need to broadly optimize it. And instead, probably what happened was that they specifically did it to take the most advantage of the hardware in the Xbox Series X and in the PS5. Subpar PC players are no stranger to bad ports. I played Nier Automata on the PC years ago, and it is a fine port, but there are some issues. Fortunately, fans stepped up with mods because Square Enix was the developer and didn't do anything. Fortunately, again, I think this is another thing that EA kind of is aware of and has been working on, including a day one patch that was almost as big as the game. Thanks. Maybe try finishing the game next time. I don't know. At least they had the best boss of all Souls-like games. Rick the Door Engineer?
You didn't see that video?
I did not.
Oh, it was so bad.
There's an early game boss where you're running through one of the base areas, and you come into this big hallway, and this generic stormtrooper guy goes, "Prepare to die!" Pulls out his weapon and comes running at you, and that boss health bar shows up. And it says, "Rick the Door Engineer."
I've been avoiding coverage of Jedi Survivor, knowing that I'm going to be playing it soon, and I don't want to be spoiled on anything. I wish that I had.
I'm sorry, I took that away from you.
That is okay.
That's too good not to share with everybody. Watching streamers discover that for the first time was good.
That's great. I know that I'm not going to be playing the game on stream. That's going to be a for me game when I play it through the first time. Sorry for the people that watch me playing Fallen Order on stream, but no, that's going to be I'm playing that for my own enjoyment. So probably when I'm done with Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh yeah, Dave, what games have you been playing? Really quick.
Overwatch.
Good.
I've been playing the Advance Wars 1 and 2 remake.
Nice.
Reboot Camp, excuse me.
Yep.
And Faz. More Faz than usual. And it's been good. It's been great.
Nice. I've been doing Okami as my main game on stream for Play Live, and my controller did not cooperate with me today, and I threw a cable across the room. I have been doing a bit more Mass Effect Andromeda. Played and finished Cult of the Lamb. And I started playing Animal Crossing New Horizons again.
Nice.
My villagers were very nice to let me know that it's been 2 years and 9 months since they last saw me. There were a lot of cockroaches in my house. Everything's fine.
Sunday, all of my villagers were like, wow, it's been so long since I've seen you. 2 years and 5 months exactly. Where I'm literally like, thank you so much for holding the receipts. I really
Yeah. Cherry's like, no, it was Tabby who's like, I've been keeping notes. I've been keeping track in my journal. All the pages are tear stained. Thanks, Tabby.
Wow! Wow, none of my villagers were like all guilting about that. They literally were just like, we thought you didn't like us. And it was like, it's not that I don't love you, it's just that...
No, I had someone
Like-
thought that they saw a ghost. They thought I was dead.
In fairness, there are some people that if they walked in the studio, I'd literally be like, Steven! I thought you were good!
I got into that, again, partially because of my friend Mina, who got herself a new Switch and was looking to get rid of her old Animal Crossing Edition Switch. I bought that off of her, and it's like, I should have Animal Crossing on this, so here we go.
Very nice.
Did the island transfer and everything.
So are you ready for the big news of the week?
I'm ready for the big news of the
Are
week.
you sure you're ready for the big news of the week?
Let's finish off with the big news of the
Steve, are
week.
you ready for the big news of the week?
Yes.
Are you ready for the big news of the week?
Sure.
Are you?
I'm not sure.
Well, you better get ready because everybody needs
Oh, God!
the big news of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It may or may not,
Hold on.
It may or may not or may require the ceremonial, official, unofficial, official Nerd Glasses tinfoil conspiracy baseball hats.
I assume hitting the mute button worked on that.
I hope it did.
Would any of you guys like a tinfoil hat?
Thank you, Love Alec.
You might need it.
You know what? Can you pass the tinfoil around? I won't start the hypothetical or analytical parts. Good. We're muted. Good. But I do have a warning. Now that I have my tinfoil hat up betwixt and uponst my head.
We're gonna need to take like a group selfie with the tinfoil hats after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, released today, potentially infesting your perfectly good and safe PlayStation 5s, is the Marvel Spider-Man Remaster. Be aware, be very aware. Spider-Man waits for no person, his murder knows no bounds, and now it is free to screw the internet around with his webs and his, oh, I'm such a good guy, and oh, J. Jonah Jameson smells like poops. I've heard all of it. This and
Jonah
so much
Jameson
more.
does have a particular poop smell.
Love you, J-Man. You're my hero. But
Foil is the foil to Boater's soul. I am dead inside.
a certain
work
celebrita Instagram had some more interesting pictures. Some more things occurreth. And they will be presented live for you now in, everyone ready your spirit fingers, Nerd Vision! In 8K.
What am
By
I
the way.
looking at?
Well, for those of you that don't know, actually, is anyone in chat? The first person to name who it is gets an Air 5. It's not George Lucas, says Vladdy. Who else has got it? Who else can identify that man? That man is in front of his signature. That man appeared, is in front of a drawing that he did.
Oh, that's Guillermo del Toro.
Bammo! Air 5.
Yes, keep it to an Air 5.
I don't think Miyazaki will ever look that way, but, you know, when he does finally actually retire, he might. But Steve, who we know now, we know who that man is, and we know that he's signing a picture from a particular game that he's appeared in. But, Steve, would you care to switch to the next slide?
Waiting for the delay to bring it to what is
Oh,
in
yes.
front of me.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's right. On official Hideo Kojima's Instagram, we have now seen that director, actor, voice actor, performer extraordinaire, Guillermo del Toro, was in fact at Hideo Kojima Studios, signing things, doing stuff, being awesome, working on that remaster of other games that we allegedly know are coming. Well, With clear evidence, you can see Guillermo del Toro is pointing with an open hand, showing he is open to collaborations and further workings and things like that. Hideo Kojima pointing with a singular index finger. Now, if you look at old Grecian portables and things like that, you'll know that a singular finger point is, in fact, showing familial or familiar ties. This, of course, showing that they are both willing, able, and are friendly in a way that they will collaborate in the very near future. Could it be another Death Stranding? Yes. Yes, it is, because we have that confirmed, and we have that on pre-order. But it could mean so many
unnecessary. We know there's a second Death Stranding.
It could mean so many
You're
other
giving me
projects.
a migraine.
Steve, further evidence or other picture?
Vladdy, we don't talk about giving people a finger.
Yes.
What
This
the hell?
is, for those of you uninitiated, you now see Guillermo del Toro, both hands now hidden in his pockets. His body language, his posture changed. Hideo Kojima once again excited because they are standing next to the mascot for Kojima Studios, the Ludin themselves. This showing the new Ludin's statue in the studio and things, a certain open collaborative spirit, a certain willingness to be a part of the Ludins. Could it be a film directed by Guillermo del Toro? Could it be a film finally directed by Hideo Kojima? Could it finally be that long-awaited remaster with Norman Reedus? Well, we'll just have to wait to find out. It could be a great many things, and I'm so excited for that to potentially be. It's an open world. It's an open chance. Vladdy, with more insider information, saying it's a film. Ooh, it could be so many things. And yet, if nothing else, it is two wonderful video game personalities, studio owners, and mavens in the industries getting together, enjoying themselves, and we get to peek in on that little bit of fun. Ooh, the just brevity of it. I just can't function enough.
Are you done?
Never. I'll never be done till I'm dead. But
Are you done for now?
our time here, unfortunately, is over.
Studio audience, please keep your tinfoil hats on so that we can remember this. It's the day we all lost our mind.
I got a glove.
Well,
Steve broke his hat.
I'm glad your wrist is protected from this insanity. That's a vambrace more than a glove. Anyway,
It's cool. And tinfoil.
thank you everybody for watching the Nerd Glasses podcast. We've had a fantastic time here through 98% of the show.
And I've had a great time from start to finish.
Seriously, thank you all so much. It's wonderful to be back in the studio, and lovely to have the live audience here as well. I can't wait to bring you more updates of how St. Jude goes this entire month. It's been fantastic, and it will continue to be fantastic. Thank you to the team members there. Make sure that you come back here, not tonight, but tomorrow for the Wednesday doubleheader of Retro Wednesday and Weekend Wednesday, right here at Insane Games TV. When does that start, Dave?
Well, Mike starts at 7, and the wetness continues on until pretty much one of us falls asleep on stream.
Nice. So make sure that you are here for that. And, of course, you can follow us individually, twitch.tv/DM314,
And
twitch.tv/ButterBug.
twitch.tv/BoaterBug.
I was not prepared for the tossback, but thank you. I will be prepared for it this way. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I've been Boater.
I've been Dave Mann.
And that's been Steve. Thank you so much. Oh, God, he's going feral. Bye, everybody!
Caladrius is doing amazing. We love you.